An exclusive poll commissioned by CityNews and done by Maru Public Opinion surveyed 500 people in Metro Vancouver, asking what they think about issues ranging from affordability to healthcare to crime. And for those in Metro Vancouver, crime and policing is an issue they feel is important in their communities. Residents were asked to rank their top 3 crime issues that they believe their local police should be spending the most time and resources on. In Vancouver, 52% feel drugs are the biggest issue, followed by gang violence, assaults, and homicide.
All of those issues are important. However, violent crime is the most significant issue that police need to deal with immediately.
Heed says the other issues could be the outcome of what he calls the drug addiction problem in the Lower Mainland and the mental health crisis, but says dealing with violent crime is key in protecting communities.
You can put a gang behavior in that particular category of violent crime because that's what we see. We see the gunplay that's occurring in public spaces on our streets, and that requires an immediate response. So they have a right to be concerned about it, but we always put violent crime above some of the drug issues and some of the property crime.
When it comes to police response times, 73% of people in Metro Vancouver think the response time would be too slow if they personally called for help.
What we have to remember is we have a priority in response times. For example, if there's a crisis that's happening here and now, for example, a violent offender that's acting out in the streets, the police immediately respond to it. They come out of the woodwork to respond to it. So we have to be cognizant of that. Some of the frustration is simply because if someone is the victim of a property crime, they may be on hold for a period of time before they're able to report the incident.
Heed says response times are pretty similar across North America and adds he's studied police response times and says if communities want police to come running every time they call, you'd have to double the authorized strength of a police agency, which he says would essentially double the budget and says from a taxpayer perspective, that's not possible. Also of note, 87% of Vancouverites say there are too many repeat violent offenders being offered bail. Heed says federal legislation controls the release of repeat offenders, but he says the courts are under provincial jurisdiction.
So some of the numbers are correct. There are a significant amount of them that do get released repeatedly based on their behavior. But I have to understand the frustration with some of the judges here, too. They have nowhere to put these people. So the judges are frustrated, and as a result, the community is absolutely at their wits' end on what we should be doing.
In Vancouver, Adrienne South, City News.